Hi, my name is Emmy, and I think like most people in our society, I really didn't know that animal communication was a thing. And I really didn't think that the average person, myself included, could do it. I always thought that it was something that you had to be born with and that it was a gift. I remember as a little girl being obsessed with movies like Dr. Dolittle or Homeward Bound, and I always loved any movie that had, like, talking animals in it. I was just always, always, always obsessed with animals from the time that I was little. I remember growing up and wanting to be a vet, but my parents talking me out of it because they told me that I would have to deal with a lot of sick pets and I would have to help pets transition, and I would just cry at the thought of that. So, I always wanted to work and help with animals, and I just never pursued it. It wasn't until I discovered Nikki on TikTok and started learning more about animal communication, and I was really intrigued by the fact that she said she was a lawyer turned psychic and that she looked pretty normal. She looked like and sounded like somebody that I could relate to. And I remember signing up for her workshops and also joining her Animal Communication Academy. I read all of the books that Nikki recommended, and the first few times that I attended her classes, I didn't get anything. And I remember thinking like, "Oh my gosh, my imagination is broken. It's me. Like I just can't do this." I actually had like a full mental breakdown in the hallway at some point because I just wanted this so bad. I initially joined the academy because I wanted to learn to communicate with my own pet, including my pets in spirit. Now fast forward to over a year, I am a very confident animal communicator, and it is my honor and my privilege to speak with animals every single week. And I am so honored at the amount of people that I've been able to connect with, that I've been able to help, whose hearts I've been able to touch and heal. And really, what started as a personal healing journey for me has just turned into like a life-changing transformation. I am more spiritual. I am happier. I wake up every single day with joy in my heart because I know that I am going to get to speak with animals. Animals are just absolutely amazing and they just share so many messages. And every week in the academy, I see more and more people joining. I see that people are learning how to do this of all levels. We see moms, older people, younger people, just everyone is in the academy very capable of learning how to do this, and it's such a beautiful thing, and I just think that it is just a wonderful thing to have so many people coming together through the love of animals, through the love of their own animals, and wanting to not only deepen their relationship with their own animals and to deepen their relationships with all of humanity and all animals and just connecting in oneness. It's just really beautiful. Being able to have a supportive community was probably the game changer in my animal communication journey. I didn't know anybody in my real life that even believed in this. I actually didn't tell a lot of people in my real life that this was possible because I was pretty sure people in my real life were going to think that I had lost my mind. And it was just a really amazing place to be able to connect with like-minded people that were doing this. And it's just amazing that if you have a good reading, if you have a bad reading, if you have a question, a doubt, an insecurity, you can hop onto Nikki's website and you can connect with the group. I have found so many quote unquote psychic sisters that I feel like are people that I've known my whole life. And we've been able to meet and connect and really have actual, real, tangible friendships because of this academy. I can't tell you how many times that I was filled with doubt, like, am I just hearing voices? Am I just making this all up? And being able to practice with one another really helps build confidence that, yes, you're really doing this. And it's just amazing to be able to connect with people who have maybe have encountered something like what you're describing. So it's just a really great place. And it's also a really safe place because when you are doing this, it's really all about trusting yourself and having confidence, and it can be really hard to do that independently, especially if you have a lot of skepticism around you, or if you just go out there and you throw yourself on the internet. It can be really easy to be swayed by trolls and just like negativity. So being able to have a place where we can talk about talking to animals, we can talk about what comes up in our readings, we can talk about the challenges that we might be facing has been a game changer. And just again, being able to have people that are willing to help you on your journey, that are willing to allow you to practice on their animals through audio readings or scheduling Zooms with one another. I mean, it's just a place where everyone wants to see each other win. And again, that's just been a huge, huge, huge game changer. It's great for accountability, knowing that you have a community that is really rooting for you. In terms of being a professional animal communicator, I initially did not learn animal communication because I wanted to be a professional communicator. In fact, like I mentioned, I wanted to do this because I wanted to connect to my own pets in spirit and I wanted to be able to better understand my own pet. However, through doing this and through speaking to well over 200 animals at this point in my journey, I've been able to see how much of a positive impact that I've made not only on animals, but their humans' lives. And I've realized that I'm helping people and I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do when I was a little girl 25 plus years ago. And my parents told me that I couldn't do it or I shouldn't do it. So while I didn't have to go to med school, I have figured out my own special way of being able to help people. So now I am a professional communicator and I've been able to really help so many people feel connected and better understand their animals. I've been able to really improve their relationships. And that's just something that is so beautiful to me. And I just feel very honored and very privileged to be able to have these conversations and just for people to be really aware of, like, wow, my animal gets me. People are so amazed when they get a reading and they're like, wow, my animal knows all these things about me. My animal picks up on my characteristics. My animal knows this, my animal knows that. And it's just beautiful, right? Because it just heightens the awareness. Animals are treated better, people talk about it, and overall the world becomes a better place. So I have become an animal communicator now. And again, really, Nikki was a huge part of my journey. Nikki has this ability to make me feel like she is like symbolically putting me on her shoulders and carrying me through. And she's just always been right there, willing to give me anything that I needed to improve in my sessions, from confidence building to preparing me for things like potential interviews, through difficult situations where people are going to call you because they want to potentially help their pet transition and they're coming to a place of peace in that, or their animal just passed within 24, 48 hours and they want to connect, and just being able to really expose me to situations that only have made me a better communicator. Now, I feel like when someone says, can you connect with my pet? I'm like, hell yeah, I can connect with your pet, because I feel like I have just gone through so many circumstances and I've been able to have so many successful communication sessions. And a lot of that is thanks to Nikki basically creating a space and a haven where it's all possible. And it's just really cool to be able to go through all of these really interesting sessions, and every single time there's something to learn from it. And then if there's something that didn't go right or something that I wasn't sure about, being able to go back to my teacher, to my mentor, to my community and talk about it has it's just been so impactful, and it's just been really amazing. And I really could not be more grateful for Nikki stepping out of her comfort zone and creating this space, creating this course, and going out and teaching this. She could have just decided to keep being an animal communicator and keep this amazingness to herself. And I absolutely would not have blamed her. But instead, she chose to teach others so that more animal voices can be heard. And I just think that that's the most beautiful thing. And I am so grateful for this community. And I'm so grateful to have learned animal communication. And speaking from somebody who did not meditate, I am not a vegan, I am not woo woo whatsoever. I was 95% sure that my imagination was broken. I did not think that I can do this. I do not come from a long lineage of psychics or anything like that. And I have been able to learn animal communication pretty much from scratch, just through practicing, just through attending the academy, just through the mentorship of Nikki. I strongly in my heart believe that if you feel like this is for you, then this is for you and you should go for it, because it's going to change your life for the better. I am so much happier and I feel like I have finally found my purpose and I am in alignment with my soul. And thank you so much to the Academy and Nikki for being able to show me the way and teach me.